So you want to know how to limit your losses with a stop order with Interactive Brokers? Well, today in this video, I'm going to show you how. What's up, guys? Andrew Ferguson here, giving you another video today showing you how to go through Interactive Brokers Trader Workstation and actually set in a stop order. I'm also going to tell you exactly how to do it, why it's important, and how you can actually use it to actually enter positions as well if you want to have an order execute when the price hits a certain target level. Let's get into it. So here we are in the Trader Workstation kind of main area, and we want to make sure that this BABA trade here stays profitable. So we have $167 of profit showing right now with a position of 100 shares. We know that we paid $85.89 for the shares, so we don't want to sell for less than that. We're okay with losing some of the profits. Let's go ahead and set a stop loss at $86 and lock in a little bit of profit. So we can open up the chart here and do it this way. We can go in and just go down to $86 with our line. You see it on the right-hand side. We can actually go in and can sell right there. And if the market was active, you could actually go in and place an order and sell at $86. Because the market's not active right now, we're going to go the other way. We're going to go through into the order entry here. Click sell right now. Click BABA. Click the quantity. Make sure it's a position of 100. The limit is going to be a stop right now, a stop order right now. And you want to make sure that that price is set at $86. You can go through and scroll to it. And we're going to set it at $86, which means when $86 is hit, it is going to turn into a market order and fill that order as close to $86 as it possibly can. Right now, the bid and ask aren't going to show up, but we have day, we have good till canceled. If you want to do it for a single day, put it on day. If you want to do it for infinitely until it happens, click good till canceled. I'm going to click day here. You can click submit, and then you'll kind of refresh the information on the screen. If you override and transmit it, it will then set up the trade and put it into the orders here. And once it's actually confirmed, once the price of BABA hits 86, it will end up executing, making it help happen into a trade. Now, keep in mind, if it does hit this $86 mark, it doesn't mean exactly it's going to sell at $86. Because of the stop order, it means that it will try to execute as fast as it can around 86. But if BABA's stock drops significantly, and it goes from where it's at now and plunges all the way to $70 right away, it's probably not going to execute right at that $86 level. It's going to be a little bit lower than that. You're going to end up losing a little bit more money than you think to. And that's the part of how the stop order works. And it's the price you pay for setting an order that's not actually being monitored by yourself and not actually watching the charts day to day. But it'll be close, and the market would really have to sell off quickly for it not to hit this $86 and execute right on time. The other thing you can do with stop orders is go ahead and you can actually use them to enter positions. So if I want to enter a new position, and I'm going to go to my favorites here and say Meta. Meta's been beaten down a little bit. Let's open up the chart. And let's say I want to start buying shares of Meta. If it hits this line, let's say 110. If it hits 110, I want to go ahead and start buying some shares of Meta. I can automatically put that stop buy order in by going into the chart again up here, opening up, making it a buy order. Okay, quantity of whatever you want. Let's do 100. Let's do another stop order. Okay, we're going to buy, which means if I do it at 110, it's currently at 114. So if it continues to drop all the way down to 110, I'm going to have an order in here to actually buy shares right away. We're going to do day order as well, same kind of thing. And then what's going to happen again, if it hits 110, it's going to try to fill that order right away at 110 or as close to it as it possibly can, depending on the where the market goes. And I will buy 100 shares at $110. We'll submit that now. You can check this stuff again on your own screen if you want to. Transmit, and now it's in there as well. And when that actually opens up and hits, it'll happen at $110. And I would actually add shares of Meta to my portfolio. You can see the green line there showing the buy order is in at that $110 mark. So there's two different ways to do it. You can do it to protect your losses. You can do it to buy into the market. You can actually do it to take profit as well. So if I'm in a position where I'm actually profitable here at Microsoft and I want to kind of juice up my returns a little bit more, actually let's go into Nike here. We have Nike. We have 100 shares of Nike. We're going to jump into this one, and we're plus $560. We want to kind of make sure if we hit that 115, we're going to sell next time it's 115. We do the same thing. We come in here. We go sell 100, which is our position. We do a stop order, okay? We do 105 or 115 rather. I'm going to type this one in because it's a little bit quicker to do that way. 115, day, right? And we go submit, check the information there, and we transmit that in. Again, once these are actually hit, they will turn into trades, and that might be today. That might be in a different date. If you're doing good till canceled up here, it'll actually be in the future, right? That's good till it actually gets canceled by you. But what that's going to do then is open up the chart here for Nike, that 115. It's going to give me that line, that red line here is a sell, and it's going to sell 100 shares of Nike if it hits 115. So what it's saying to me right now is I think Nike is going to go back up in value. I can put an order in to take profit at that 115 level right there. And if you want to really kind of safeguard your investment, you can also put a buy to or a sell to close and close your position out so it doesn't go down too far and kind of lose money. So if we had the example with Nike, we paid $98 a share. Let's say we don't want to go below 100. We would just go then and say Nike. We also want to sell an order at 98 or 100. Let's go 100, lock in some profit. That way we keep $200 in our pocket no matter what, pretty much. Again, the stop order is going to try to execute as close as I can to the 100. Let's go back to 100 here. Make sure it's a stop order. Okay, submit, override and transmit, and boom. Now we have a stop order on the top end for Nike. Okay, to sell if it gets to profit and take profit there. We also have a sell order down here to take kind of limit our loss and actually lock in a little bit of profit that's left if Nike's stock price continues to drop down. So there's two ways to do it there for selling. You can also do it for buying, like we said on the example with Meta, and that's how you stop orders with Interactive Brokers to either limit your profits, limit your losses, and try to get as close to the actual stop order as you possibly can. But remember, the market can move and it can move quickly. So if you want to understand how to move and kind of lock in a trade no matter what, as close to your order as possible, you can use a stop limit order. To understand what that is with Interactive Brokers, make sure you check out this next video right here.